Now, in case you didn't catch it, I took the title of this point from one of the best books and movies of all time, in my opinion. The third installment of The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Throughout the story of The Lord of the Rings, if you've read it or watched the movies, in the story, Aragorn, he's simply been a ranger. You know, this ranger that uses his gifts and his strength to help the weak and to fight evil. In his return to Gondor, he's revealed as the rightful king, and he had it through this glorious and victorious battle. It's a fitting comparison. I think J.R.R. Tolkien, he was a Christian actually, he probably undoubtedly took it from the text that we're looking at today, I think. The story of Jesus. Basically, there's two things in our passage that Jesus says about his coming, his second coming, and his return. One, it will be a cosmic event. Cosmic. There'll be lightning flashing all across the sky from one end to another, lighting up the sky when he returns. Later in Luke 21:27, he says he'll come in a cloud with power and great glory. Other passages of the Bible fill out even more details. Matthew chapter 24 has the longest description of it. It says that when he comes, he's going to come with all the angels of heaven, and there's going to be this trumpet blast sounding his arrival. The book of Revelation says that when Jesus comes, his face will be shining like the sun. And he'll have a sword. He's coming on a white horse with a golden sash around his chest, and he'll have a tattoo on his thigh that says King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Jesus' return is no joke. It's like, you'll know it, you'll see it. And when that happens, that's just it. No more human governments. That's the end of it. There's no fight or battle. The battle was already won on the cross. Philippians 4:10 says clearly that when this happens, every knee will bow. Every knee will bow before him and recognize him as he is. And all the Bible says all over the place, it's going to be on a single day. There's all this talk all throughout Scripture about this day, the day when this happens. It's a cosmic event that nothing can stop from happening. Not even, Jesus says in verse 25, his own suffering and death. That ain't going to stop it because he knew he would rise. Now we'll talk more about Jesus' explanation of what it'll be like for people on earth when this happens in our last point for today. But first, the other main thing we walk away from Jesus' teaching here, that besides it being a cosmic event, is that it's going to be an everyone event. Everyone will see it and recognize it. Verse 30 says, he will be revealed. He will be revealed. That's an important phrase. People's main problem with Jesus in his day was that he didn't look like a king. He didn't do things that they wanted a king to do. He came as a poor carpenter to a poor family who then gathers this ragtag group of, fishermen and thieves and weirdos, and then he travels around like doing miracles, healing people, and preaching a lot. Like, don't look too kingly, Jesus. Just look like, well, maybe you're like a good, nice human being who does some good, nice things for people, but not God, king in the flesh. Come on. I mean, once again, this is the same thing we still think of Jesus a lot in our day, that many people think about Jesus. To many, he just looks like a good teacher who did some good things, but not a king, not God, not that great. Come on. But Jesus says, there's a day. There's a day when he will be fully revealed. The clothes of his humanity, they'll come off, and he'll show himself to be who he was all along, the glorious divine King of the universe. He will shine. He will shine gloriously. Cyril of Alexandria is a black North African pastor of the 4th century, considered one of the fathers of Christianity. He wrote some great things helping us understand who Jesus was and is as being fully God and fully man at the same time in one person. He said this about Jesus' return. He said, "He will not descend from heaven obscurely or secretly, but with God-like glory."